how's it going? And welcome to Step Up Your Game. Yeah, this is the channel where we talk about anything and everything around improving yourself, improving your business, and hopefully you can step up your game from where you were last year or from where you were yesterday to today. The game is never to be comparing yourself with anybody else other than yourself. And that's why we call this Step Up Your Game. If you have never subscribed, you are welcome to subscribe. And today I am going to speak to you specifically about a couple of things that you can do today with only 2,000 Rand. If you had 2,000 Rand today, can you start a business? What kind of a business? I am going to give you around about 5 initiatives that you can do with as little as 2,000 and they can make some money for you. And without wasting time, I'm going to jump into them. Number 1, this is not something that a lot of people may know, may understand. But in my heydays, or should I say in my very early days, I used to do this. It is called flipping books. Remember, you have 2,000 Rand. So 2,000 Rand is not a lot of money. But if you had to go to any bookstore today, you will see that there's books that will range from anything from round about 100 Rand to all the way to maybe 600 Rand, right? These are new books. However, you can be a collector of second-hand books. These can be books from tertiary books. These can be books from luxury books. These can be collective books, any type of books. The bottom line is that you can find your niche, and out of that, you can then be able to go and buy a book from anyone else, be it online or be it in person. You go and buy a book for 100 Rand, and you can sell it for 250. If the retail price of that book is maybe, I don't know, maybe 400. Does it make sense? So for that reason, you have literally flipped a book. Remember, you have 2,000 Rand. You can buy maybe 4 or 5 books like that, and you can even start buying books knowing exactly who your seller, knowing exactly who's going to be your buyer. Because for some people, they might be looking for particular books, and because of that, you can start to understand those individuals and say, which books would you like me to go and look for you? And you go and look for books like that. I've been to plenty book sales where actually you can buy a whole set of books, right? It could be maybe like 10 or even hundreds of them for only 100 Rand. They are disposing books, and this can be new books or books of all sorts of books. I have seen it. So you buy that in bulk for, let's say, 1,000 Rand, and you start selling a book for maybe even for as little as 50 Rand. Yep, thank me later. And number 2, this one you may not like it, but I know of a couple of mates of mine who are in Cape Town who do this actually as a business. But they didn't start off as a business. They started off doing it from one house to the next, to the next, to the next, and then eventually it became a business. What am I talking about? I am talking about today in your household, you potentially have a bin. Yes, bin, a bin, where you throw your rubbish. When you throw your rubbish, you go and throw outside into another bin that is outside, and within that bin that is outside, you take that bin to your doorstep or to your gate, and the municipality comes in and picks that bin, and in most cases, that bin now is very filthy. If you stay in a house that has multiple people that stay there, it basically means that you don't know who's put what in that bin. So all of a sudden, and people don't have the same culture of either put in all their rubbish in a plastic before they put it into a bin, so that bin becomes a little bit smelly, and from time to time, it's messed up. My mates that I'm talking about in Cape Town, where I started seeing predominantly, but I've also started seeing it in Joburg, where people now actually offer a service where they can clean your bin. So for 2,000 Rand, what can you then do? 1, you can go and buy detergents. 2, you can then go and buy your gloves. 3, you can buy the equipment of cleaning the bins. And all you now need to do is to approach someone's house and offer your bin cleaning service. So you clean a bin for 50 Rand or maybe for 20 Rand, whatever the case is going to be. With that, you can calculate in reverse how many bins you need to clean with the detergents that you've got, and you can go and buy the strongest detergents that you have. All you now need to do is check in within that particular street. How often does the municipality comes through, and you follow them exactly. And at the tail of that, all you do is you use their water. They pay you your money. Do they pay you on a monthly basis, weekly basis? It's up to you. But that's a business that you can do for less than 2,000 Rand. Number 3, a lot of people are on social media today. However, not all of us are able to respond to other people. So there are so many business people that are on social media, but they do not have the capacity to be responding to people timelessly. I am one of those people. I used to be one of those people actually, until I got someone else to manage my social media. And all they do is now they respond on my behalf on my social media. So what am I talking about? I am talking about you being a runner for other people on their social media. You respond on what they do. Let's assume this person is a doctor, and the doctor has a social page, and they ask questions. And these questions, whatever that they're asking, is you get a standard template from the doctor and how you respond, and you respond like that. The questions that you're not able to answer, what do? You ask the doctor. The doctor now just need to answer to you instead of answering to 55 people that are going to come in onto his social media. And for 2,000 Rand, you can start that business. Yep. At this time, if you have never subscribed with us before, now is the time for you to subscribe underneath in here. And if you've got any comments, again, in the comments section, you can send me any comments and I'll be able to respond to you. I am talking about businesses that you can start off with less than 2,000 Rand today. Business number 4 is you can start going to school and learn how to become a dog walker, right? Or a pet walker. But let's start with a dog walker. Lots of people have dogs, but they don't have the time to go and walk the dog. So why am I saying that you need to go and get trained? Well, because some dogs are a little bit vicious, so you need to learn how to manage them. So you can go in and you get started training, and if you're a person who loves dogs already, that might not be necessary for you because you already know how to manage the dogs. So all you now need to do on your 2,000 is maybe to advertise. It can be a word of mouth or print a bit of pamphlets, you spread them around, and then bingo, you are already in business as a dog walker. Number 5. I'm on a roll, listen. I'm giving you so many ideas on how you can start off with 2,000 Rand. Right, that's what we are talking about here. Number 5, you can do, I was actually approached by someone to be in this business, but I didn't take it seriously because I thought it was taking off my time, and I didn't do that. But the bottom line is that they are movie producers or these movie houses that make series and all of these things, where you can easily go out there and you can subscribe onto their list as you are with no 2,000 Rand, with nothing. All you just need to pitch up, and they will even dress you sometimes, and you can become a series extra or a movie extra. And do you know how much they pay? Plus minus 350 for just being in the background. You're not saying anything, you're just standing. Just that. For being an extra, just that. You're already getting paid. It's one of those jobs. But maybe they might ask you to do a certain hairstyle, or maybe you need to shave a little bit, or maybe you need to look. So they'll tell you, they'll give you direction maybe sometimes. But in some cases, or plenty cases, they just want you the way you are, and they will give you whooping 350. I didn't like it because for me at the time when I was doing this, there was lots of rehearsals going on in the background. So for me to be on set, I needed to have 4 or 5 hours where I need to be available for my 350 for the day. So 350 for the day at that time was good money. The last one that I want to share with you guys is, I think this is last one, but I'll give you 2 bonuses. Bonus number 1 is that there are so many researches that happen out there. Medical researches. I've been involved in one back in the days. And what they will do is that they are always looking for people to participate in these researches. And for that, all you need to do is to pitch up at certain places. So with your 2,000, you can be able to pitch up, spend your money to pitch up there, and they will do these researches. It may be answering a question. It may be doing a research of sort. It might be taking in certain medications for whatever the reasons. There's different researches that are done worldwide, and some of them, they even pay you in US dollars. I've been involved with 1 or 2 in my heydays, in my early days in life, and yeah, you get paid to do that. The last bonus that I want to share with you is that all of you already know that I write books, right? So I'm going to stretch out here from one of my books. This here is one of my books that I've just written, and it's one of my new books, which is called Be the First Millionaire in Your Life. Within this book here, I have written that book. So what kind of business am I talking about here? It will not cost you more than 2,000 Rand to write a book, right? So writing it will not cost you 2,000 Rand. It will cost you less than 2,000 Rand to write your book. But when you write it, then obviously you now need to make it a book. Then you might need a little bit more. But writing the actual book, you do not need more than 2,000 Rand. And it's another business that you can start. Selling books is a business. So I am in the business of selling books. Yes, I am. I've got 2 of them. The first book that I wrote is called From Bad Debt to Property Mogul in 2 years. You can grab that from my website, which you can see in the description below. The second book which I wrote is called Be the First Millionaire in Your Family. Again, if you're to buy those books, I print the books. So I wrote the books once, and out of that, I go and print them. When I print them, I might spend, let's say, 1 Rand in printing the books. When I spend 1 Rand on printing the books, I now need to say, okay, my books are on the shelf, so they're going to stay there, and I'm going to sell them for 5 Rand. So for 5 Rand, if I'm selling it for 5 Rand, but my printing is 1 Rand, so I'm making how much? I'm making 4 Rand. So it's a business. Hey, but maybe I need to advertise. So if I advertise and I spend 2 Rand, so that means that I am making 2 Rand. Does it make sense? Basic arithmetics. My name is TJ. It's been great hanging out with you, and I'm hoping that this video that I've shared with you, you'll be able to start any business for less than 2,000 Rand. A bonus business that I'd like to give you that I have seen. You can become a hawker, right? You can go and buy stuff at a wholesale price and you can sell them for whatever price it is. It can be tomatoes, it can be apples, it can be fruit and veggies like what we're talking about, or it can be anything else. For less than 2,000 Rand, you can start a business. It is I, TJ. I will see you on the next video, and thanks for watching this.